Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather Corinne, and today we're going to be crocheting this super cute Mustache Santa coffee sleeve. I'll post a list of materials and stitches we'll be using in the description below, as well as a link to my blog post where I've typed this entire pattern out for you. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot and you won't miss my next project. Let's get started. To begin, we're going to chain 35 chain stitches. This pattern is designed to fit a standard reusable Starbucks coffee mug, but you can adjust the number of chain stitches to fit around your mug of choice. For row 1, we're going to single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 34 stitches, and at the end of each row we're going to chain 1 before we turn the work around. And we'll continue to single crochet in each stitch for rows 1 through 4, a total of 34 stitches per row. On the last stitch of the 4th row, we're going to switch to black yarn. So yarn over and pull through so that there's 2 loops on the hook, and pull through with black instead of red, how we normally would. So we're just going to pull those loose ends tight, and then we're going to chain 1 with black, which will become our working yarn. For rows 5 and 6, we're going to continue to single crochet in each stitch across for a total of 34 stitches per row, except that now we're using the black yarn. Does this ever happen to you guys? I feel like this is a crocheter or knitter's least favorite thing, where you just pull this huge chunk of mixed up yarn out of the center of your nice happy roll and you have to unravel it all. At this point, I'm going to cut off the red yarn with a long tail and just tie a double knot with that beginning of the black just to secure everything, and I'm going to continue single crocheting for rows 5 and 6. On the last stitch of the 6th row, we're going to switch back to red again. So we're going to yarn over like a normal single crochet, and there'll be 2 loops on our hook, and we're going to pull through with red instead of black. Pull tight on those loose ends, and then we're going to chain 1 with red and turn the work around and continue onward. So rows 7 through 12, we're going to single crochet in each stitch across with red, and that will be a total of 34 stitches per row, rows 7 through 12. After the last stitch on the 12th row, we're going to chain 1 and tie off with a long tail. And then we'll pull that tail through the chain 1 stitch to secure it. And this completes our base for our coffee sleeve. Next, we're going to add a cute little gold belt buckle just by cutting off a little piece of gold yarn and stringing it through the tapestry needle. And I'm just going to put 2 layers of a square across the center of the black belt. Now for the best part, we're going to make the mustache. So we're going to start off with white yarn and we're going to chain 19 chain stitches. So we're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. Then the next stitch we're going to single crochet. Then we're going to double crochet. Double crochet again. And then we're going to triple crochet in the next 2 stitches. So there's 1 triple crochet and the second triple crochet. Then double crochet and slip stitch. And this makes 1/2 of our mustache. So we're going to repeat this in reverse order on the other side. So we're going to slip stitch, then we're going to double crochet, then 2 triple crochet, then 2 more double crochet, and then we're going to single crochet and slip stitch into the last 2 stitches. Chain 1 and tie off with a long tail so that we can attach it to the coffee sleeve, and we're going to pull that tail through the chain 1 stitch to secure it. You can see what would traditionally be the wrong side of the mustache is actually the cuter, more fluffy side. So that's the side I'm going to leave on the top of the coffee sleeve. You're welcome to flip it around the other way. I just thought this was a little cuter. And so I'm going to get our yarn needle and just start stitching this on above the belt buckle. I started on one side and decided to kind of shape it as I went so that the mustache would have that little bit of curl on the edges, and I ended up going around twice just to make sure that everything was stitched down nicely. So now I'm just going to string that second tail down through the back side and tie off and trim any of that excess yarn. How cute is that? So now all we have to do is turn the right side in, so wrong side on the outside, and line up those rough edges, and we're going to stitch the seam using the corresponding tails of those colors, and we'll tie off and trim all of that excess yarn. I do pay a special bit of attention to the top and the bottom of the seam just to make sure that they're not pulling apart when it gets slid onto the coffee mug. When you're working with different colors and joining a seam, sometimes it helps to kind of look on what the right side is going to be to see if it's lining up properly before you finish stitching it up. Sometimes I've learned this the hard way where you stitch up a seam and then you turn it right side out and you have gotten off track and the seam is really obvious. So this is just a little pro tip that I've noticed to just check as you're going to see if they line up correctly. Now we'll just flip it right side out and you can see that seam lined up really beautifully, and that's it. I hope you have enjoyed crocheting this Mustache Santa coffee sleeve with me. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.